Hello guys, Elementex here. Today I'm gonna be sharing some details about the multiplayers as much as possible. I found a lot of good details on the Asset Developers column. Alright, so let's get right into this topic. First one is about the zones. There will be single player zones and undiscovered dark zones for multiplayer, cooperative and outer challenges. We already have single player zones, but not the multiplayer zones. Also, the developers said you will be able to defend your base while you are not online. To add on to this information, there will also be neutral zones where the players could interact and chat. Cooperative bunker events could be added, but I do not think it is a main priority. But for just raiding the bunker with your friends, it is very likely to be added. For our 4 neighbors bases, they will be useful for multiplayer in the future, but most of the multiplayer will be in special zones, not in bases. For visiting our friend's base, we are going to be able to do that without building the radio tower. Now that we know how outer bases are going to work, let's look at how we can interact with a property. They said that you could build territories with other people, and the territory will be bigger in size. They also added this information. You cannot increase the territory size you have as of now. For the clans, it will be available worldwide, and there will be war among clans, and there also could be some jackets for clans. A thing I found interesting is that you will be able to crawl. You cannot crawl onto somebody's fence, but you could crawl out of the map to heal yourself if you're injured. If your friend is nearby and you're hurt, you could get carried by your friend on his back or her back. You could also carry a captured enemy too. You could also exchange items when multiplayer is added. For example, if a friend is dying near you, you could give him a chance to loot your backpack. While you could do that, you cannot send items by mails. Okay, so how would you interact with your friend? There will be cooperative systems where you could build a base, defend together, and raid other players' base. It's quite possible that they will add multiplayer challenges too. Now for random information about the multiplayer. For compatibility over different platforms will be possible. Hackers will not be able to survive the upcoming update. They are not sure about the changing skins and avatars when multiplayer drops, but you won't lose your progress when you change. There will be character statistics for everyone, but I do not think it is the main priority of multiplayer. They are going to develop RPG features in the game. Reasons why you still need internet connection to play this game is because they need to test the load on the servers. For torturing players, you can capture the player in iron walls, which you can already purchase in the game, and you can learn about the player's space. You also have to feed the player to keep him or her alive. They will test this with NPCs first. Zombies being able to hit you even if you are far away from the zombie is not a bug. It is a necessary part for the multiplayer. The reason for this is that it reduces the server size load, since it only needs to test if player already hit another player, and don't have to check when the player gets damaged, the player is still in range. Now for some interesting stuffs. You guys probably haven't seen this video before. This is the gameplay of a lake, and it was posted a long time ago. They cannot add this right now because the game engine does not support the height, but as soon as it does, there will be various terrains such as lakes, swamps, and so on. Maybe fish in some lakes. Going to another topic, this is what developers said on August 23rd, 2017, and this is now. The last thing I want to talk about is a zombie hearing. Currently, zombies are deaf, but in the future, they will not be deaf anymore. For the summary, you can choose to interact with players. The AI bases will be used for multiplayer, and there will be black zones where you can fight with players, and offline zones for farming. You could do a lot of cool stuff with your friends. There will also be fight among clans and so much more stuffs coming to the multiplayer. I hope you guys also understand why it takes so long to implement the multiplayer, because it's gonna contain a lot of stuffs. So that was it for today's video guys, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video.